I'm Theo.
And we're Allie and Theo. And today we have another RWBY World of Remnant, this time the Four Maidens. You got kind of the condensed version of this story in the episode already, but this is like the full version of the Four Maidens tale. So I say we jump right into it.
Deep in the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood the small, fragile home of a cold, frail man.
This is Osmond, right?
Wizard.
Well, you know, it's a lonely
Hidden from
wizard.
the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he peered out his window, his gaze fell upon a young maiden. Calmly she sat beneath his tree, in a state of absolute tranquility. When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters."
Well, you know.
With that, she closed her eyes and
cold.
sat
If
in
you're
silence.
cold, she's cold.
The wizard told himself the girl was a fool, but the longer she sat, the more he wished to share in the serenity the young maiden enjoyed. In time, he grew tired and decided to close his eyes as well, thinking on this strange predicament. Upon opening his eyes, the wizard was befuddled to find that a second maiden had appeared beneath his tree, cheerful and spry, with a basket of fruit and flowers. When he asked for an explanation, the girl simply replied, "My name is Spring. I'm on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." To show her gratitude for his reluctant hospitality, the girl retrieved a handful of seeds from her basket and planted them in the wizard's garden.
I love the art style of this.
Yeah, I really like the art style in the World of Remnants. Kind of wish that.
I'd love to see a whole show in this art
Yeah.
style.
Could hardly believe his eyes as the maiden turned
I think
what was once a mere pile
Some of their
of
other
dirt
2D animated
to
shows like Camp Camper sort of,
from
in a
which
similar
life would
style.
surely blossom.
I've heard Camp
It's
Camp was
likely he
good.
would have gazed for hours.
I watched the first episode, but I couldn't
Laughter
really get into
came
it.
from beneath his tree. A young woman with a warm smile now stood beside the two maidens. The wizard begged her to introduce herself, to which she happily responded, "My name is Summer. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sister." Of course, thought the wizard. But another chirp of laughter left the old man perplexed. What in the world was so funny? As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors so very amusing. Why
Extroverts be
choose to view
like,
the world through a small window when the door leading out
I'm
to
an
it
extrovert,
was
thank you
right
very much.
was a compelling argument, and after only a moment of brief hesitation,
Have you
the
tried
wizard left his home
actually enjoying talking to people and going outside?
and snuck outside.
Me talking to
The
introverts.
sun brought with it a surge of energy and life, and soon the wizard wasn't feeling much like himself anymore.
That's all the reviews.
He was feeling much better.
Bro.
As the day drew to a close, the maidens and the wizard all settled down and prepared a feast. Winter set the table. Spring supplied the crops. Summer prepped the meal, and the wizard was the happiest he'd been in ages. But in all the excitement, he nearly failed to notice the delicate woman that now stood beneath his tree. He smiled and beckoned her to join them, asking only for her name. "My name is Fall," she replied softly. "I am on a journey and am here to meet my sisters. Who are you?" "Me?" the wizard wondered. "Well, I am but an old hermit. I have lived in these woods alone for centuries, and I'm afraid my story is not very interesting, as I have no one to love and nothing to my name." The eldest sister looked up at all that surrounded them. "But sir, do you not see? You have so much." It was
Want to
true.
be a wizard living in
With
the
their
woods for
help,
centuries.
it was now clear to see
Same.
that the wizard had everything he could ever need. He was grateful, but a question lingered in his mind. Why me? He asked. Why did the four of you choose to open my eyes, to share with me your gifts? Why am I so special? The four sisters looked to one another, perplexed. Finally, the eldest spoke. I beg your pardon, sir, but we did not do these things for you because you were special. We do what we can for everyone, because we are able. The old wizard was at a loss. Never in his years had he come across such kindness. It was in that moment that he knew what should be done. The wizard summoned his magic, every ounce he could muster, and bestowed it upon the sisters.
It's just so wholesome.
I like it.
He smiled. Take this gift and know now that you are able to do so much more. Now, armed with the elements, the very powers of nature, and the unimaginable magic of the wizard, the four maidens, winter, spring, summer, and fall, promised to carry onward with their journey, using their gifts to aid others, just as they had aided him. One by one, the sisters left. But before they did, they made one final promise. They promised to return each and every year to visit their dear friend.
So, your thoughts on the Four Maidens?
I like that story. It's nice.
It's just so wholesome, and obviously the maidens are a major plot point. So mostly they were nice to an old man they found in the woods, so he gave them magic. So I guess the lesson here is be nice to old men you find in the woods. They might have magic.
This is true. Why do like wizards always hang out in the woods?
I don't know. They always just like old witches and wizards. They always just live in huts in the woods.
Why don't they ever like? I feel like that would get boring after a while, especially if you're like thousands of years old.
Right? I mean, at least be like Howl and like have a door into the city.
Exactly.
Howl's got the right idea.
He does.
He's got his castle in the middle of nowhere, but he's also able to get to, civilization.
I want to watch Howl's Moving Castle again. That's like my favorite Studio Ghibli movie.
It's one of the best ones. It's my fiance's favorite. I think that'll about do it for this episode. Got a little sidetracked about Howl's Moving Castle there. But remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed that and want to see more of it. And follow us on Twitter.
Smash that notification bell as well.
Yep. And yeah.
We'll see you next time.
in the next one.
Bye.